Let me share with you the really simple way I observed Lammas this year. Lammas, or Lughnasad, honours the Celtic god Lugh, who is the god of craftsmanship. It's one of the 4 fire festivals in the Wheel of the Year, and it honours the first fruits of the harvest. It's all about giving thanks to the land, giving thanks to the spirits and deities for the beginning of harvest season, and it reminds us of that cyclical nature of life. It makes us feel closer to the earth. So I began by baking some bread from a Harry Potter recipe book I found at a village fair. This was a really easy and simple recipe. It's something that I would do with my children, and I was quite pleased with the final outcome, so I added it to my altar. I then lit a yellow candle that I bought from Forbidden Moon, which is a local business in the area. I wanted to use yellow because it celebrates that seasonal energy. I also set up my altar with some sunflowers. I lit some Palo Santo, some incense. I included my tarot cards because I did a reading earlier that day, which again, the messages that came through were all about being grateful for everything that I had worked hard for that year. Interestingly, a white cat appeared just behind me as I was setting up, and I thought this was relevant, so I wanted to film him or her. A white cat can actually be a sign that spirit is present and is protecting you, and he or she was really interested in what I was doing, so I continued to film her and continued with my ritual. I also have some apples that had fallen from our apple tree in our garden. The reason I did the ritual under my apple tree is because it's somewhere I do feel really peaceful and calm, and I think that was important. And I had some crystals as well. At this point, I actually asked the cat a message. I said, "Do you have a message for me?" And he yawned. I thought the cat was telling me to go to bed because it was getting quite late. As you can see, it was dark, and it's August, so it was late at night. But I later found out that a yawn can mean they're processing information for you, so this felt really special. There was a really peaceful feeling at this moment. And I found myself giving thanks to the deities and to spirit for all those things I had harvested, for all the things I'd worked hard for through the year. You can also make corn dollies that you can put on your altar, which is something I'd like to do next year. The crystals I used were colours again of the season, so citrine, green aventurine, clear quartz and tiger's eye. My lovely friend made me a smudging stick from feathers that she'd found, so I used that to cleanse the area as well. And here's our lovely cat continuing to stay for a little bit longer. Definitely a sign from spirit to pay attention to dreams and manifestations. So the next morning I found a feather in the garden. Again, I thought this was relevant, a sign that spirit had visited and had been protecting me, so I added it to my smudging stick that my friend had made for me. She's a very talented individual who does readings, so I'd like to share her link with you. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more like this in the future. Blessed be.